Welcome back to the final episode of the Short Chat. Today I am here with
Russell McCabe
and
Lamascus. Yeah.
And today we're going to be talking about gaming and music. First question, what's the very first video game you remember playing?
Bro, okay, so I remember vividly. I was in my old childhood house, right? And this is going back to the wrestling episode, but the first game I ever remember playing was on the PS2. It was SmackDown vs. Raw 2010, bro.
2010.
Yeah, they're on they're going to 2K now, and they're on number 22 or something this year. But yeah, I remember I was Randy Orton, and I remember being so impressed. I was like, yo, he's WWE champion in the game. And he's actually WWE champion in the game. But yeah, that was the first game I ever remember playing. What about you, Christian?
Mine was a Dora game. It had its own separate system. It wasn't like a PS1 or anything. It had its own separate system of its own game.
Oh, yeah?
It was just a platforming Dora game. It was really bad.
Oh, so it was like one of those plug-and-play ones where you
Yes.
have the joystick and stuff? Oh, yeah, that's cool.
First video game I ever played, at least the one that I have fond memories of, it's like Super Mario Galaxy World 2 or something like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was on the Wii, and I remember I was so trash at video games back then, there was an underwater level.
No.
I was so trash at it. I got dogged on the entire time.
Oh, man. So what games have y'all been playing recently? It doesn't matter if it's new or old, but just recently, if y'all been playing games, what have you been liking?
Latest game that I was playing is Red Dead 2.
Oh yeah, I've been playing a lot of that too. I've been trying to get through it. I'm not anywhere near done with the story yet, but you know,
same.
it's whatever. What about you, Christian? You been
Dead by
playing
Daylight.
games?
That is.
Yeah.
That's the recent game I've been playing.
My sister plays that a lot with her husband, but I've never checked it out. So.
It's a really annoying and toxic game.
Oh yeah, I know. Every single time they say it, they're like, "Oh yeah, we're playing Dead by Daylight." I freaking hate this game. And I'm just why play it then? You just don't like it. I've been playing a lot of old sports games, a whole bunch of old football games.
Yeah.
I've recently got an emulator on my PC, PCSX2. You can emulate PS2 games. And yeah, I've been playing the old 2K football games and the old Maddens back whenever they were actually good. So yeah, I've just been playing a lot of that here recently. There's a lot of sports stuff.
So, what is y'all's number one favorite, all-time favorite video game?
Christian's gonna have to go first, buddy. I don't know.
What are you talking about?
Or you can go
I have
first.
a career of 9 years of gaming. I can just think of one.
Hold up, yeah, that is a good point. How long have we been playing games for?
A while.
Yeah, because that 2010 game came out in 2009. So it's been 12 years or something like that. I'm bad at math, but
Let me see.
all-time favorite though. That's crazy.
What about what about genre or not genre? You know how there's continuation of games? What about just type of
the
that?
series?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What series I guess would be?
I mean, I think
Easier.
I think the most time I've ever spent on one is the wrestling games, because that's just what I was a fan of all my life. So from SmackDown vs. Raw 2007 to the most recent one, that was my favorite forever. But now I've been playing more stuff I think my favorite series has got to be God of War.
Yeah.
God of War is all-time favorite, and that goes back to the mythology thing, because that's what those games are about. They started with Greek, and with the new one they went to Norse. What do you think about that game, Ethan? What do you think about God of War? I know you've played it a little bit.
Yeah, I've played through it just a little bit. Soundtrack, perfect. The storytelling, perfect.
Yeah.
My only problem is me being I play a lot of Dark Souls.
Yeah.
So whenever I hopped onto it, I was kind of just it's close to Dark Souls. It's relatively similar, but the gameplay just wasn't.
Yeah,
Dark
it was
Souls.
I remember whenever it first came out, everybody was so baffled, because they were with the old God of Wars, it was kind of a semi-platform and puzzle game along with a hack and slash. But with this one, it's over-the-shoulder camera, and it's very story-driven. It's really long.
Yeah.
It's 18 hours long without side stuff. And so people were just taken aback. They were oh, it's a lot like Dark Souls. And then you start playing it, and it's no, it's nothing like Dark Souls. But personally, I really like it. My brother got it whenever it first came out, and so me and him have been playing it for somewhere around 2 or 3 years, however long it's been.
Yeah.
I've played through the main story 3.5 times, and one of those was New Game Plus, so it was just really fun. The New Game Plus in that game is just so cool, because you start with all the stuff you had before, but all of it's like beefed up, and all the enemies are beefed up too, so it makes it harder, but also easier because you have all your stuff. I don't know, it's just really cool. What's your favorite?
I'm gonna say like the Crash Bandicoot series.
Oh, I love.
That's actually one of the few games I also grew up with the very first Crash Bandicoot racing game. It was like all pixelated, and like they remastered the racing game, and they remastered like the very first 3 Crash Bandicoot games. What I got.
I love Crash Bandicoot because that's what my mom liked in the 90s. So whenever, like, I don't know, it was like a while ago, whenever we had our PS3, she got on the PlayStation Store, and they had like the original 3 for like purchase, and so she bought them all. And I remember she always liked to play through Crash Bandicoot 2 because that was her favorite. But then I was like, I'm bored one day, let's see what games we have. And then I was like, Crash Bandicoot, huh? And so I checked them out. And then they came out with the remasters, and so I was even more eager to play them because I'm like, they're better now. Like, they control better. And I remember I beat all through Crash Bandicoot 1 on the new one. And that's like the hardest one for people to complete. And I was just like, yes, sir. You got any nostalgia for any old video games, Ethan?
Skylanders. Oh, I played through like every game of Skylanders until they got like motorcycles and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
I played through like original Skylanders, Skylanders Giant, Skylanders Swap Force.
You had all like the figures and stuff too.
Yeah. I had like 3 different portals that I could place stuff down on.
What'd you play it on? Like what system?
It started out on the Wii. I was a big Wii child. And then eventually it got to the point where I was like, ooh, I got an Xbox for Christmas. So, got it on the Xbox 360. Still one of the best consoles in my opinion.
Nice.
And so, yeah.
We kind of brought up game soundtracks a little bit, but like, does any like game soundtrack just like pop up in your brain, like even if we've already talked about it?
Dark Souls 1. Dark Souls 1 has a beautiful soundtrack.
I might have to check that out. I've never played any Dark Souls games. Like, none of them. Like, I know you have, like, 3 and stuff at the house.
Yeah.
Me and Ethan are roommates, by the way. I know you have, like, 3 at the house, but I've never played through any of them, so I'll have to check out the soundtrack.
Yeah. For all of the Dark Souls games, it's basically you're in a world where everything is dead. There's no real saving it. You're basically going through this quest to basically build up and try and, like, reignite the flame.
Wow.
So all of the soundtrack is basically just tragedy and despair in a music form.
Wow.
And it's beautiful.
That's crazy. Anything that really sticks out to you, it's okay if not, because like.
It's like when I play games, right? Mostly like single player or even multiplayer, even like games that you have to sound for. By the way, it's like basically just listening to people. I just throw on music, like just music myself. When I'm listening to playlists, it's only probably Doom. I listen to playlists a few times.
Yeah, a lot of people bring up Doom.
What is it? Let me see. Uncharted. I like it has like a weird questy kind of like adventure music. That's what I like about it. Also one of my very favorite games.
But yeah, I've never played Uncharted. I'd have to check that out, but of course whenever you bring up soundtracks, like we've already talked about some games that have excellent soundtracks, like the Crash Bandicoot games, for the simplicity that they had, the music is really good, especially in the new one, number 4. Whenever I play that game, the first thing that really popped into my head was like, the levels are great because they're just so big, even though you're going through like this hallway type thing, like you can see so much because it's next gen, and the music was really good.
Yeah,
and
for like an old game, for like somewhat of a like a small company, they had a really simple but like really good soundtrack.
Yeah.
Because all it was just like kind of just noises that they made and actually like somewhat formed a song.
Yeah, and then you just like, you put them together in the studio, and it's just great.
Man, one noise that from Crash Bandicoot, I sit up late at night, cowering in fear of just that noise. I don't know why it's just like imprinted on my brain.
So, I know we talked about God of War and Red Dead. Those two were like head-to-head in 2018 whenever it came for Game of the Year and Soundtrack of the Year. And I remember I really wanted God of War to win Soundtrack of the Year, but it went to Red Dead because the music is just great. And God of War won Game of the Year, so I was just like, okay, I am content with what happened here. But like just music in general, because that's what we're talking about, like, I don't want to ask like favorite song or anything, but do you have any like songs that just really stick out in your memory and just like your go-to?
Oh, my go-to. That would actually is a way easier question compared to what's your favorite song?
Yeah, 'cause it's so bad.
There's one game that I always play, and I always have to at least listen to the song once. It's Electric Feel by MGUF or something like that. It has just like 4 letters, but it's Hollow Knights. I play Hollow Knights with that song. Always have to.
Isn't Hollow Knights like a 2D Dark Souls?
It is a platforming. Yeah, it's basically just Dark Souls. Basically, any game that's hard, you can just kind of slap Dark Souls title on it.
What's your go-to?
Dark Souls 1, very last boss, the fight with Gwyn. It's because it's the emotion that's built up behind it, even though quite literally it's just plin, plon, plin.
Oh, yeah. I remember you played that for me before, and I was like, okay. If we're staying with the gaming stuff, I think a good thing just to chill and vibe to, if you just want like good ambience, the Minecraft soundtrack.
Oh, yeah.
Just play through the full Minecraft soundtrack album and just sit there in pure bliss is what I usually like to do. But if it's just like regular music, like what do you like to listen to? We can edit stuff out if you need to.
I have a really bad problem with listening to Lil Nas X. I love all of his music.
He does make some bangers though. Like I think he gets a bad rap for being like a one-hit wonder.
Yeah.
But then he just came back and like made a whole bunch of other like really good music, and so I was just like, okay, I mean this is good. So
Like my favorite song from it has to be like "Am I Dreaming?"
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
that song it has Miley Cyrus on it, and there's like it truly brings out his actual vocals instead of just rapping.
yeah, I remember you played that song for me. It was
Right now, I'm on a quest, right? Where I'm trying to have at least 1,500 songs as my playlist.
Yeah, I remember.
Handpicked in like quality, not just like throw like a whole like added a playlist to my playlist, because then I'm gonna have to remove all the nasty songs that are bad.
I remember in class one day you were like pestering Jonah. 'Cause
Yes.
You were just like, let me have your playlist, and he was just like, okay, like why do you want him? He's like, I'm going out around getting all my friends' playlists so I can add all their songs to my playlist. I was
Yeah.
like, okay, go off, I guess. For a little while, my go-to has been KSI.
Yeah.
Any song, I don't care. I know it's kind of like, I don't know, cringe to like YouTube music, I guess. But at this point, he's really not YouTube music, because like he started off doing YouTube. Like if you want to go back to the gaming thing, he used to play like a lot of FIFA and stuff. But really, like in the last few years, he's really been taking off with his stuff. Like his new album, All Over the Place. Ordered a hoodie off that thing. This is what that is, by the way. If you didn't know about the hoodie.
Not sponsored, but
Not sponsored. But I just waited 6 months for this hoodie to come in, so kind of bad on the shipping. Music is great though.
you also got 2 records, right?
Yeah, I got a CD and
records,
a
a CD, 3 cassette players.
Yeah. I don't like. Y'all don't even talk about how much money I spent on it.
My whole life savings, 6 months, perfect.
But no, because I've just been really liking his music, and he just came out with the new album a few months ago. And I think my favorite off of that one has got to be, it's on the deluxe, but it's got to be Lose with Lil Wayne, because what they did is they had Lil Wayne on a song singing his heart out.
Yeah.
Absolutely blissful, just gut-wrenching singing, and I'm just like, yeah. If you know anything about me, I love some good vocals, because that's what I like to do when I'm not doing this stuff. I like to do a wee bit of singing. So
Tad bit of singing.
tad bit of singing.
A wee bit of harmonizing.
So yeah. So when it comes to music, I don't know so much about you, but I know that you used to like to make music.
We don't talk about that.
So we can get into that, because I was talking about how I like to sing. So making music, what makes that so fun for you? Why do you like that?
I think it's just the ability to create.
Yeah.
Creation is a fun thing.
I think that's the biggest thing. Like even with this, like we just wanted to make something.
Yeah.
So
It's like, that is mine.
Yeah.
And now, every time we get in the car, my friends pester me about the fact that I made music. You know, it's just like,
who gave Ethan the aux?
yeah, it's like, it's slightly annoying, but it's always kind of just like, memories.
Yeah, memories.
Like I was saying, sitting around like a freshman lunch table and being like, I made a song, y'all. And everyone just,
Yeah, give me
like-
the earbud.
Yeah.
I remember that. I remember freshman year lunch, we used to always talk about this kind of stuff, and now we're just able to do it in front of the cameras.
yeah.
So,
What is it? I used to play drums a lot when
Oh,
I was
drums?
a kid.
yeah.
Apparently, I had a natural knack to it, but I couldn't remember a single. It's like one of those like things where you're really good at, but I can't remember anything about it. I can't remember drums. I don't know how to read like music. I don't know how to read music. None of that. I just know how to make a rhythm, and I just follow that.
So you just have like natural rhythm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's really good if you want to be a musician, especially like a percussionist. That's something really good to have is natural rhythm. But the biggest thing for me when it comes to making music is like I can't make my own music. Like when it comes to like writing stuff, even just like lyrics and melodies, trash. I am so bad at doing that. But if you give me like other people's music and stuff that's already been written, I'll go crazy.
So you're good at like making like cover music.
Yeah, or just like I don't know. I sing in choir at school. Like that's the majority of my music making.
Because I know you're like good at what, sight reading and stuff like that?
I'm trying to.
Yeah.
But I know like games that have like music in them that go hand in hand. I remember we were talking about it a little bit before the shoot, but I really loved Guitar Hero growing up.
Yeah.
Like Guitar Hero was one of my favorite games. Like even just recently, like a couple of years ago, I was going crazy on some Guitar
A lot of people like Rock Band a lot, but I'm more like Rock Band.
Oh, like you like Rock Band instead of Guitar Hero?
Because it has drums, guitar, bass, microphone, and yeah, that's it.
Guitar Hero had that too.
I don't remember that. I thought it was only 2 guitars and that's it.
From World Tour on, like the newer ones, like I know Guitar Hero 1, 2, and 3 only had 2 guitars.
Yeah.
But after World Tour and on, like it was full band. Like you
Man, I'm about to one-up y'all. What about that Lego game? Yes, sir. The Lego Guitar Hero.
The Lego Rock Band?
Yeah.
I saw this YouTuber, this Twitch streamer play through that before. But I never played any Rock Band game. I played like one Rock Band game on the PS2 and we only had the guitar for it and it was just trash. It was just worse to play. I didn't like it. But yeah, I think gaming and music is just like such an integral part in a lot of people's lives, especially people our age. Like, what else are you gonna spend your time doing? Like, you can go out and do a lot of stuff, but like at the end of the day, like you're just gonna come home and listen to some music or play some video games. Like it's become such an integral part of everybody's lives at this point. Like it's great. Because I think it's just such a good medium to have.
Yeah, especially in like today's day and age where it's like back then, like gaming, it was a relatively shunned thing.
Yeah,
it was kind of like, you're a nerd, you play video games, get out of here.
You're in front of the arcade cabinet spending all your money on a high score pretty much.
Yeah.
But now it's just like you go home and you have computer, PS4, Xbox, you have anything that you can imagine to play on.
Yeah.
Especially computers, because like back in the day, whenever computers first like got made, you never think you'd be able to run any sort of like game on it. But now like it's the top system pretty much. Like it's the thing you can put the most specs in and get the best results out of. Like that's just like I'm not a PC guy or anything, but like
they definitely have a one-up hand compared to other systems.
Whose side on the war do y'all take on Xbox versus PlayStation?
I've been on a PlayStation forever. That was my first system. It'll be probably my last system.
I love, my favorite color is green, but Xbox can really get out of here. I don't really care about that.
So we got 2 PS4 people.
And then one PC.
So I grew up, I played an Xbox, okay? And then I got a PC, and then PC broke, so I started playing PlayStation. So I'm just still like pieces here and there, you know. I even played like the Wii. Like, it's like sitting in between 2 of your friends arguing. It's just like, I like you too. Stop arguing.
Can I just have both?
Exactly.
He's always been like a big both person.
Yeah.
So
I've never understood the arguments. It's just like, my stuff is better, because arguably, PlayStation's better than Xbox. They just have better exclusives. Like,
yeah, I guess when it comes to the exclusives, you can't really argue. Well, I think we're about out of time. I just wanted to say before we went, a really heartfelt thank you for watching the episodes of The Short Chat. Whenever we started thinking up the concept of doing a podcast in class, because if you didn't know, this is a class project, we're all students in high school, we were just like, what's something that we can make that we can just have fun and talk about what we're interested in? And I think everybody's gotten some enjoyment out of this. Like if you go back and you watch the meteorology episode, Justin was in pure awe of like just getting to talk about what he likes to do. From beginning to end, I just want to say thank you for tuning in and for going on this journey with us, because, you know, without having somebody to talk to and without having somebody to care about what we're doing, it makes it a lot harder to really enjoy it. But I feel like we have enjoyed it quite a bit, and so I just want to say thank you and continue to support whoever you want to support, and I think we'll see you later.